You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just entered the culture zone. Joe flipped on the TV, dreading what he'd see. Per usual, the world was going to hell in a handbasket. He was voting for Trump, that's for damn sure. Somebody needed to fight the system, make America great again. He sipped his beer, thinking of a few places he'd start. The first thing he'd do is close up the borders. That's for damn sure. Bunch of freeloaders coming in here, bringing their gang violence, their babies, draining the system he paid into out of his hard earnings. It wasn't easy being an assistant store manager. He wasn't rich like Trump, but he worked hard for what he had, and he was proud of it. He was on track to be promoted to store manager within the next 3 years. This was a country where you really could be anything you wanted to be. If you were willing to work hard, do your part, be accountable. Something them illegals could learn a thing or two about. And let's not even go into the radical Islamic terrorists. Flipping through the channels, he stumbled on the Bill Maher show. Ann Coulter? Oh, she was good. These political talk shows usually had a panel of, 3 liberals, 1 watered-down conservative. There's nothing watered down about Coulter. She wasn't afraid to walk into the lion's den and say all the things that he was typically yelling at the screen. No, my family are not immigrants, they're settlers. There was no America until we came here and created it. Still talking. Immigration is one of America's greatest threats. If we don't cut off bringing in millions and millions of these very backward cultures, we won't have America again. She was smoking hot, and absolutely right. He thought of what she'd be like in bed as he opened another beer and settled back to enjoy the show. First thing Joe heard was silence. Something had woken him, but he couldn't figure out what. His entire body ached, especially his back. Then he heard it, quiet shuffling of footsteps. He opened his eyes and bolted up, hitting his head on something solid and metal. Oh, sorry, Joe, but I need the bed. I just finished my shift. You're up. Confused, he looked around. He appeared to be in a room of bunk beds, and some men were getting groggily out of bed, and others were taking their places. He thought for a moment about pinching himself, but hitting his head on the top of a bunk didn't wake him up. He probably wasn't dreaming. Rubbing the growing lump on his forehead, he followed the group into the next room. Gray pre-dawn light filtered through one window, and the room was mostly lit by a weak fire glowing in the corner. There he saw a man holding an old radio, and several others were sitting nearby, sipping coffee and listening. They looked like tired, grungy versions of himself. Then looking down, he realized he was pretty grungy and surprisingly could see his feet. Where had his beer belly gone? Joe did the only reasonable thing he could think of. He grabbed a cup and found a spot near the radio. Nobody was talking, all were listening. This is Martha McCullum with Fox News. 200 slain today in a confrontation between management and radical unionized workers. They just started shooting, said one man stuck in the crossfire. I left my bread at home, so I just stuck down and waited for it to be over. Americans everywhere are encouraged to stay armed at all times. And now, a commercial break from our sponsors. Thanks to the unanimous passing of the Work Your Way into America Act, Mexicans are encouraged to volunteer now to make America great again. Turn your Mexicans into Mexican by trading in sweat equity or citizenship. We need you. Walls between countries aren't built overnight, and nobody builds walls like President Trump. President Trump? Gunfights? What the hell's going on? Joe asked the man next to him, but was immediately shush. He took a sip of his coffee and spit it back out. It tasted more like someone had dumped an old sock in some lukewarm water instead of coffee. He set his cup aside and listened, trying to get a clue for where he was and what was happening. Gun fans, hold on your AK-47s and consider buying the American M249, aka SAW. Squad automatic weapon. It is chambered in a 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO round. This is a beast. Rate of fire stupid fast and can be built fast. So, baby killer docs, best keep your melons on the deck and away from those coat hangers, if you know what I mean. Now available for purchase in all area Walmarts. Just bring your driver's license. DL suspended? Hey, no worries. Any state-issued identification is good enough for us. Hell, you can even DIY in Crane for all we care. Next up, an interview with late-night talk show host Kelsey Grammer. But for now, we have to roll. Have a great day, everybody. The radio was switched off, and one by one the group stood up, placing their coffee cups on the table before heading to the door. Tapping the gentleman in front of him, Joe asked, "Oh, what about breakfast?" Joe, you're a kid or something, man laughing as he walked out the door. Once outside, Joe was struck by two things. One, it was early. He'd always been an early riser, but never quite before the sun. Two, it was warm. He sensed the day was going to be hot wherever here it was. He followed the men across the road into a field. There he waited in line where people were handed baskets by armed men behind a table. Ah, breakfast, he thought, his stomach grumbling. But when he got to the front of the line, he was handed an empty basket and shoved unceremoniously to his right by a man holding a rifle. "Get going, you greasy migrant," the man sneered. Hey, take it easy," Joe said. "Excuse me?" asked the man. "Oh, you heard me," said Joe. "I don't think I did," said the man, lowering his rifle from his shoulder to point it at Joe's chest. Joe backed away slowly and headed off in the direction he'd been shoved. "That's what I thought," he heard, followed by the snicker of the others behind the table. Hours later, the sun burned bright and hot over Joe. His back ached from bending over the strawberry plants, his legs had gone numb, his fingers were stained red, and yet his basket wasn't even halfway filled. Others around him had already taken their baskets up and returned with sandwiches and water. Joe was hungry. Joe was thirsty. Joe was done. He stood up, wincing as the blood rushed back into his legs. Grabbing his basket, he stumbled down the road towards the table to get some food. "About damn time you got that basket filled," said the same asshole with the gun. Joe slammed his basket on the table and held out his hand for a sandwich. The man examined his basket and then handed it back to Joe. "Finish your work, then you can eat. You know the rules." Joe handed his basket back. "I know what's legal and what's not, and I want a sandwich." "Ah, you lazy freeloader. Finish your job and leave, but you're not getting anything you haven't earned," the man said, poking at Joe's chest for emphasis. Joe saw red. Grabbing the man's finger, he bent it backwards hard and heard it snap. The man screamed out in pain and dropped his rifle, cradling his hand against his chest. Joe punched him over and over again, screaming as he did. The other guards hurried over and grabbed Joe, pulling him off the guy, and then one guard raised his rifle and brought the butt of it down soundly on Joe's head. Joe crumpled to the ground. Joe heard voices. His eyes fluttered open and he saw his TV. His hands went to his head, the ache fading away, the bump non-existent. He felt around him, his couch, his home. It had all been just a terrible nightmare. He turned up the volume on the TV and leaned back into the couch, just as the morning news faded away into a commercial. "Hey kids, get your Donald Trump do-it-yourself home wall kit. Build walls between you and your neighbors and keep them where they belong, on the other side of the fence. Nobody builds walls like President Trump."